So let's talk about one directive very important is use strict. What you need to remember is that always use strict, even if it's added by default and invisible for you. Why it's important? Because for a long time JavaScript evolved without any compatibility issues. New features were added to the language while the old functionality didn't change. That had benefit of never breaking existing code. But the downside of that, any mistake or imperfection decision made by JavaScript's creators got stuck in the language forever. So it was the problem until 2009 year when ECMAScript 5 ES5 appeared. It added new features to the language and modified some of the existing ones. To keep the old code working, most such modifications are off by default. You need to explicitly enable them with a specific directive use strict. So use strict looks like this one. And that's it, one line. Or you can change with this. But what's important that it should be located at the top of a script, then the whole script works in a modern way. It means if you put on the first line, the whole script below will work in this modern way. This directive switch JavaScript engine to this modern way. Right now we won't cover any difference between modern and old way, but what you need to remember is that use script should be the first line of your script. Also, what we can use, sometimes use script can be used inside the function. So we do not know what is function right now, but if we have some function, we can use strict inside the function, and then the whole function will be created with this modern way. The whole other code will work in other way, but this function will be in a modern way. But usually we don't use this approach, we use it for the whole script. The next what I want to mention, that new features of JavaScript such as classes and modules, they by default using use strict enabled. So if you're creating new script with new features, you don't need to put this use strict in all files. By default, these files will be already switched to use strict. And we know that strict mode is supported by all modern browsers.